Americans are treading water. Roughly 125 million people are living paycheck to paycheck. That's roughly 54% of the U.S. adult population. So just how bad is it? The collective U.S. household debt is one indicator, climbing past $16 trillion. That's up $312 billion from the previous quarter. With food and gas prices surging to 40-year highs, the Fed is working to bring down inflation by raising interest rates.
The Federal Reserve has more work to do to bring inflation down, to bring the economy into balance.
But those higher rates mean higher interest on credit cards, as new data shows American families are using their plastic to try and balance the budget.
I think it says we like to spend money.
Danny Kofke, author and motivational mentor at Menturo, says higher prices are forcing Americans to borrow more money. The problem is, using credit cards only puts consumers deeper in the hole. Let's say you rack up $5,000 on your credit card, figuring you can make the monthly minimum payment of $100 with an 18% interest rate.
By the time you're done paying off that $5,000 debt, it will have cost you over $12,000, and it will take you over 22 years. Years, right? Not months.
Kofke says many people don't consider the total cost beyond the minimum payment, which explains why credit card balances surged $46 billion this quarter, the largest gain in 20 years.
So that's why debt, it's so tricky. And we'll even go back, to Proverbs. The borrower is servant to the lender, right? Solomon wrote that over 2,000 years ago, before there were Walmarts, Targets, and the only Amazon was a river.
So what can you do to bring down monthly costs? Some families are stretching their dollars at the dollar store.
It's convenient. It is a lot cheaper than going to a regular grocery store. Not all the food there is great, but it's definitely better than not having anything.
Kofke recommends getting a side hustle or even asking your boss for a raise.
And we're still somewhat in the midst of the Great Resignation, so maybe ask your boss, hey, is there a way that I can do more here to get a raise? We know bosses don't want to lose employees right now.
The expansion in household debt is typically followed by a sharp slowdown in spending and investment, furthering fears that a recession is imminent. Brody, CBN News.